That was the end of the segment. They'll be right here, right through. So they're getting a little confusing there. There's no segments. Don't worry about the segments. Segments are us. We're going to do it. Here we go. Heels over. What's going on your side of the world? Because you've been so great. I was looking at your photographs the other day because I was watching the show from Wednesday. Then they put one of your pictures up, and I said, "Oh my God!" Because where I was when I was doing the show, I couldn't really see it. It's quite a beautiful picture, the grass and all that. It was quite lovely, really. You could see the kernels, the seeds. You're just relaxing, man. We did a film clip one time with Tony Rasta, the Rasta pop, and he said, "You're really relaxing, man." So anyway, you ever go to Jamaica, Heels though? Tell the truth. A lot of people from Scandinavia go down to Jamaica. I met them down there myself. I don't get the wrap it up thing, says Guide Vire. Diddle dee ding, this just in. Thank you, Ron. Heels though, yeah, you're number one. No, but you want to. Of course you want to go to Jamaica. Go to Aruba, Jamaica. Oof, I want to take you. Anyway, here we go. People, what's the truth about it? If you're talking about prostitutes on the corner of the street, if you're talking about Flipper's uncle, who's John Stewart, who's the big guy on TV. I guess he's got the biggest show that's like this kind of guy on camera thing, eh? He's the winner. And then the other guy who's on his show, what's his name? The Colbert Report. That's number 2 or 1. It's interchangeable, really. What would you say? Number 1. He's the 1, and then John is number 2. It's neck and neck. So John's number 1. So who else am I competing? I guess all the talk show guys in the evening. So we're just here, diddly ding. Okay, Bob Marley is awesome. There you go, Heels though. Yeah, he's awesome. And the more you look, the better you find. There's so much beautiful music by Big Bad Bob. You ever heard "Sun Is Shining"? Heels though. The song is called "Sun Is Shining" by Bob Marley. Jason says we're doing a new thing for YouTube in short video clips. So we record 10 minutes. That's right. So you understand that. George Temp says I've seen East Hastings in Vancouver. Right. Now that's a seedy part of town. I remember one time I was over there, and we were pretty crazy at that time. I don't want to get into it, but we went into this store to buy some booze, I think beer, and it looked like we walked into another dimension. It was like there was 40 inches of dust on everything, and the guy behind the counter had one arm, and he looked like he was on his last legs. And I said, here, I'll take this 6-pack, and I said, don't worry, man, things are going to pick up. But it was brutal, And speaking of one-armed clerks, there was a guy back in the same corner where I lived in Broadway in Vancouver. There was a guy that worked. It was a beautiful thing. So I was on the corner, Broadway and something else in Vancouver, and there was a little Chinese store on one corner, a little Chinese kitty corner to that, which is diagonal. Anyway, we talked about it, and the one store was great. No one ever went in there. It was a grandma and grandpa and a little girl, and it was like the same thing. Lots of dust, couple cans of Prem, some chopsticks, not much in the store, diddly ding. And then the guy across the street was this sweet little guy with about 3 more things on his shelves, but he had one arm, and he was he was a sweet kind of guy, and he could do some great stuff with his cash register, and his bagging was spot on. You talk about, anyway, he was good with it, a really nice guy. I'd like to see his face again. I guess I never will. Anyway, Gotta Run, says Mighty Mouse. Nice work. Keep it sexy, Ron, Jason, Ron. We're going to do it later. Celtic Max says John's show started first. Right, later Eminem. Who's the Eminem again? Mighty Mouse. Or later, you're saying goodbye. Heels or don't think so. You don't think so. What? Or you don't think so. You don't know sun is shining. Yes. Well, what about war or Exodus? Or do you know? Who knows? Do you know work? We ja people can make it work. Nice song. Whoa. It's gothic. It's almost like you would play it by the pyramids or something. You know what I mean? Oh my God. This just in. Anyway, don't think so. Stephen Colbert used to be on the Jon Stewart show. We loved it. Okay, now here's the question. Are people telling their friends about this show? This is a question. Jason and I and Ryan have been knocking the boots, so to speak, racking our brains, trying to figure out, what's the truth of it? How can we get more people to know about the show? So you think about it, people. How can we get more people to know about the show? How would you do it if you were me? Anyway, good song. Yes, you know that one then. We can make it work. Hello there, people. How you doing? We've got visitors. 7,000 people sitting beside me. You think you got viewership out here? It's the studio that counts. This is live here. Good song, yeah. So you know the album then. There's us and that. We and them. We don't know how we and them might work it out. Oh, we don't know. Beautiful song. He's got, he really hit his stride on that anthemic kind of thing there for a little while. It's like, whoa, Bob Marley, anthemic, Rise up with what's the one with it goes, we're jamming. I hope you like jamming too. We're dancing, you know, jamming. Yes, everyone needs to be spreading the fucking word about laugh out loud. I'll tell you one thing about the F word. It's interesting because we're doing the Plump Fiction show, the puppet show, which is the new one. You could go to it, talkingdog.tv or Talking Dog TV. You could go there and you could find the puppet shows we've got on the rack, you know, and it's lovely. I love jamming too. One Love was my favorite album. Diddly Ding. There you go. I know. It's beautiful. They were all good. It's hard to find a bad song by the man, let alone an album. But anyway, it's trying to, we're doing the Plump Fiction thing, the Pulp Fiction remake, VIT the Puppets, and the thing is there's a lot of swearing in the movie, and we're trying to, you know, bring the swearing in, but we're beeping it out, you know, comedically. Hopefully we're going to get some wah wah and all kinds of things that go on. And the thing is it's kind of fun, you know, because when you're cutting those, you go for the word mother, and you keep the mother, you keep the F, and you keep the but you get out the uck, you know what I mean? And that's how you do it. So when you put in the sound, you gotta think about that, because then sometimes, you know, you want to make it sound like it almost is said, but really legally it was not said, and that's what you're talking about. Anyway, Georgia Temp is in the house saying, George, simmer down, Georgia Temp, yeah, yes, simmer down, Georgia Temp, simmer down, simmer down, Georgia Temp, simmer down, hey. Simmer Down was one of Bob Marley's first songs. Simmer down, Georgia Temp. But it didn't say anything about Georgia Temp in it, and it didn't go like that, hey. Simmer, send simmer, for the win, Celtic Mac. Simmer down, simmer down, simmer down, simmer down, simmer down, simmer down. 60 million is the one. What about the new guy? Now, there's a great new dance star. He's not new anymore. He's that good. Okay, who are the dance hall Jamaican guys that you would know? Anyone know? This guy's a big guy. He's a superstar. Who cares? Anyway, he's great, and he's got the Sin Simmer. Oh, give me the keys to my bimmer. What's his name? Anyway, I can't even remember the guy's name. He's a hero. He's an icon. 2 minutes. Now, don't say anything about that to the viewers. We're talking about it here. Anyway, so we're talking about the F word. We're talking about language. A little bit loud? Shut the up. You see, he knew what I was saying, eh? Shut the fuck up. Anyway, simmer down. Sensible people want to know sensible things. Now, here we are in the background. You can see Studio A, Talking Dog TV. We've got a beautiful mixing room where you go nuts in there. People, I mean, they can do it all in that room. You bring your movie in here to get these guys to edit, and it's like, simmer down. You know what I mean? I was in with Foley this morning, and the guy was making a bag. Like, you know, Foley is insane, because here's what they do with Foley. They make the sound effects for everything that happens in the movie. Okay, so this woman is standing there in the show Corner Gas. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but anyway. So they're doing the audio for Corner Gas, and the woman is in the grocery store, right? And she picks up a bag and talks to the clerk, and the bag, they got it mic'd up so it's like, you know, and you hear this paper bag, it's like, holy shit, but they turn it way down, you know, so they record it nice and hot. It's their world, right? You can't take it away from them. 1 minute. Don't say anything about that. Anyway, Georgia Temp is here. Now, George was temping, as hence the name, here in the studio. I think he got a lot out of it. George, what besides Diddly Ding, what did you get out of working here for the 2-week period that you did? Because on the south side of Chicago, yes, that's the baddest part of town. Heels, what's going on in your side of the room? Here's a love jam, and we go jam, down, 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 down. George Clinton will play in your city. You should go see George Clinton before he dies. What? No bullet can stop us now. No, we won't bend. No, we won't bow. Cause neither can be bought or sold. Hey, 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 you know we all defend the right for the children to unite. Cause life is worth much more than gold. Oh, whoa, 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 we're jamming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're jamming here because of you.